I want to do this video right fast. I want to discuss a few things. Be on the live long. I guess I'll start off with the rant. So I'm pulling into the driver's station, pulling into the gas station to get some gas, and this woman in a FedEx truck just pulled right in front of me. Like literally, she see me pulling in, and she jumps in front of me with this big ass FedEx truck, and I felt a way. But I was like, I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna get upset about this because, like, literally, you saw me pulling in and you pulled in front of me with this big ass FedEx truck. So I patiently waited because I didn't feel like trying to maneuver because the gas station always be crowded. And once I was halfway in. Now, after you pulled in front of me, you legit sit in your trunk and you legit sit in your truck when you was getting ready to pull out. And you like checking text messages and shit. Like, and you see me trying to get to the parking spot. Like, this the type of shit that'll make you eat a greasy pork chop and well, bitch. But I digress. I stayed calm today. I just wanted to get that in. So moving right along, the next topic. Oh, come on, sex. Taking us into the next topic before we get into the Orishas, because we'll dig into the Orishas last. But let's talk about some of the nastiest stuff that I have seen on the internet that I have not been able to get out of my head. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I was outside playing with the dogs today because it looked like it was going to try to rain today. So we was trying to give them as much time outside as we possibly could. So I'm outside in the backyard with the dogs, and I'm thinking about how, everything is connected. I'm thinking about very much chimera energy, like how everything is like a hybrid of other things. Hey, how you doing? I started watching a few of her videos yesterday, so I'm going to keep watching, and we're gonna have to dig into that. But I watched two of the videos yesterday. It was it's a doctor, and she has a lot of content, so thank you for sharing that with me. But yeah, so I'm just thinking about some of the things that I've seen on the internet, today, and that I just haven't been able to unsee. And I've been working with, like, I've been doing a lot of work around healing my relationships with reptiles and snakes lately. And so I was just thinking about how the snake is, I was just thinking about how the snake is, like thinking about how some snakes could literally stand all the way up, like, and they don't have limbs, and what it would be like to be a human being, and how snakes can propel themselves up a tree without having actual limbs. And then as I went to thinking about the snake, I went to thinking about some of the disgusting things that I've seen on the internet, which is I saw this man penetrating a snake. Like, I literally saw a Caucasian man pouching a snake. And I don't know if back in the G, you remember when we first got on the internet, they had like that little video going around with the man doing the pedophilia with the little girl. Like, there's just a lot of things that I have not been able to unsee on the internet. And I've become really guarded about, the content that I see. That's why I legit have to protect my energy, and I have to be careful about the things that I watch because, you know, things sit with me. Other people can be traumatized and watch trauma porn and watch things and just be like on to the next piece of trauma porn. That's why I really don't get into horror movies. Like, it have to be a season. Like, I have my seasons to watch horror movie, but I have to be really guarded. Like, people back in the day when the internet was first popping, like, people was just sending you anything. Like, they'll see it, they'll be nosy, and they'll see it, and they'll be sending it to you. And so, like, I've seen a lot of things on the internet that, lets me know, child, we need to be getting ready for the apocalypse because too much things are being exposed. And I don't think that every place on the world is going to be destroyed at the same time. Like, literally, I don't ever think that all of civilization is going to end at one time, or the whole world is going to end at one time. But apocalyptic can be for a certain country or certain countries or a certain nation. And chill, low key, I feel like America, I ain't got long. It's giving very much steal away. I ain't got no love. It's giving very much. And so the children need to be getting ready, baby, baby. And I was just thinking about that today because, like, I be getting notifications for messy stuff. I be getting notifications for messy stuff like Tasha K and Armand Wiggins and all that stuff be coming on my feed. And I'm like, okay, this is their job, and people sitting there watching them to relax and and to just take their mind off of a stressful day. I get it, everything has its place. But for me, I need to be like reserving my energy. Like, I've actually started to follow people who know how to do robotics. I've gotten really into I've been into the herbs and natural healing and stuff now. Now I feel my spirit calling me more to learn about robotics and things like that. And I'm like, girl, you gonna have to cut out all of this messy stuff, girl. You can't be sitting up here watching people who already got their coin, making their coin off of YouTube, and they're not really giving you anything to take away other than a good kiki or a good ha. No, I'm in a season right now where I need you to be giving me giving me spiritual guidance, feeding my soul, need to be teaching me how to do something, teaching me how to do a craft, something that's gonna have me ready for the I ain't got to know. Right now, that's what the ancestors are saying to me. It's time to be ready. It's time to get ready. It's time to get things in order. Sitting on here kikiing and cackling. I be unscribing and it still pops up. They want me to watch this BS. Right. Right. Between I seen a fourth dead snake today working, and I've seen snakes in this magnitude since your last video. Oh wow. Yeah, so like I'm literally like I was just like I'm just wondering in the next incarnation, like or for evolution, like to have, because they say the snake used to walk upright, they say the snake used to walk upright. And I'm just wondering what it would be like to be a being that had the flexibility of a snake, was able to change colors like a chameleon, and had the flexibility of a snake, but did not have those bones. Because I'm like, as I'm getting older, it's like I feel like I'm getting stiff, like, and my bones be bothering me. And I'm just wondering, like, in the next incarnation or in evolution, can the human species be a little bit more, like, still be able to stand up, still be able to, achieve? Because look at what snakes can achieve without any limbs. Like, snakes can propel themselves, they could climb trees, they can move over, like they could ascend into high places. Like, they have so many abilities, and they can maneuver good in water. And them motherfuckers could maneuver good in water. Like, them motherfuckers good in water and on land. A water moccasin? Come on. Like, and that's what made me think about that man sleeping with that snake that I saw on the internet. Because I saw a white man. I mean, he was tearing that snake up. He was jugging that snake down. And I'm like, I can't unsee this. Like, I can't unsee this. But that lets me know I can believe that we were crossbreeding once upon a time, because niggas will stick their dick in anything. And when I say niggas, I'm talking about Caucasian niggas, Latina niggas, Arabian niggas, Armenian niggas, Israelite niggas, Palestine niggas, bitch. Everybody, bitch. These niggas fucking anything, bitch. So, if there was a time when we were still in that missing link stage, because I think what happens is the genes become so different from each other, it's no longer compatible for procreation. But I think in the earlier stages of evolution, there was definitely, hey Natasha, I was in the commune with Obata Lamont last night. That's why I called you. Oh, sister, I'm definitely gonna make time to talk to you, but today has been an extremely busy day. Today has been an extremely busy day. But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad now you've moved me on to the next topic. Good. But I wanted to touch on the internet and touch on, I already talked about the driver's thing and I talked about the stuff that I saw on the internet. And I'm like, but like on real shit, like getting being prepared for apocalyptic times. But also, Natasha, I'm gonna be in New York for 3 days next week, so we'll be able to physically see each other. Like I'll be out there next week. But yeah, like just like preparing myself, like not waiting to the New Year's to start weaning myself away from. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, after I get off of here, girl, I went and bought me some strawberries, I bought me some condensed milk, and I bought these right here. I like these little almond flour things. Like they really good. Like they so thin and they so light. And it's like two tortillas is 190 calories. So I'm gonna take me some strawberries and chop them up. Like I'm starting to make my own desserts because I be having a sweet tooth. But like anything that you buy in the store, it's so easy to pile on calories. So I bought me some condensed milk. I read the back. I saw how many calories it was because I do read for calories. I want to know what the caloric intake ain't. If ain't no calories wrote on there, I don't want it. And I haven't had condensed milk in forever. So I'm gonna put me 2 tablespoons of condensed milk. I'm gonna chop up me some strawberries. I'm gonna cook them a little bit. I might add just a little bit of butter. I might do just a little bit of butter. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook these and I'm gonna like make it like a little wrap, like a little, cause I wanted a pastry with some fruit, with a fruit filling. So I'm just gonna make my own so I can measure it, so I can know what's being going into it. And there's not much preservatives. The preservatives will probably come from the condensed milk, but the condensed milk is like 130 calories, 2 tablespoons. So I'll use 2 tablespoons and chop up me some strawberries and have me 2 of these and have me 2 roll-ups, honey. And I'm finna get on Netflix and watch Bridgerton, the new season. I'm finna go on that journey because today was a productive day. Today was productive. I had to send an email in. I had to start working on my CV proposal. I had to start working on my practicum proposal. Like I hit all of that. I did my meal prep so I can make sure that I'm eating healthy and taking care of myself. I think after I end this live, I'm gonna feed the dogs and I'm gonna go for a cute little walk. I'm gonna go and take a walk because I didn't really get no walk today because it was rainy. I watered my plants. I watered my vegetables in my garden because I got a little garden over here. So like it was like I really been handling business today. Like I really just I've been all over the place, but I really been on my self-care, really been taking care of myself, really been handling my business that I need to handle on this here internet. I love you too, sister. But but let me go ahead and get into the Orisha thing because I wanted to talk about that. So everybody says this thing about how the Orishas have to claim you and how you have to go through this ritual and this rite of passage for the Orisha to claim you. Now I'm not finna boo-boo on that. I'm not gonna boo-boo on it. I'm not finna say nothing negative about the process, but I do have questions. You know what I'm saying? First of all, these Orishas, because I'm a critical thinker. I ask questions. These Orishas, I'm sure if they are the Orishas that are meant to govern, like if they are over this realm, or they are just either they're over the whole world or they're over the Ifa. Yeah. If they're all over the world, some people spell it IFA, but they govern all over the world, and some of them, like we're learning that they come from Africa, which is weird to me because Africa was not called Africa 600 years ago. It was called something else. But I digress. Okay, so when it comes to the Orisha, when it comes to understanding the Orisha, and I haven't delved into the Orisha because I've really been kind of like focused on building my own spiritual practices. But I want to say this. I've had encounters with several Orisha, and I know it was them because of how I met them. So from the research that I hear about Oya, which I'm sure Oya has many names, and I'm sure that Oya is probably physically incarnated onto the physical plane multiple times. I'm sure that Obatala has physically incarnated onto the plane multiple times. I'm sure that Papa Legba has physically incarnated onto the plane multiple times. I'm sure Oshun, Shango, Ogun, Olakum, all of them have probably visited this plane in a human form before. Not to mention, all of them are related to each other. So when you start to think about you having to go through certain people to make to have a relationship with these, like it's like this whole chosen language for me. I struggle with that. Again, I'm not finna boo-boo on I'm not gonna boo-boo on how people relate to this and how people connect to it. I'm not fixing the shit on thousands of years worth of tradition. I'm just saying I have questions. I don't, I'm not the type of person that's just going to be happy to be initiated, happy to be a part. And, my spiritual self, my conscious self, is trying to play the whole tape and trying to piece it all together. So again, where I'm at right now is I know that these are not the only names that these deities are known by if they have been around since the beginning of creation. In their reincarnations, I'm sure that they have used many different names, and those names are not being released to us purposely. Those names, because if those names were released, then we would understand how everything is connected and how everything is intertwined. So I definitely don't think that, because I think that the Orisha or the Ifa have existed in America. I think that they were present in Turtle Island. I think that if these are primordial beings that have existed before we took on flesh, have existed before the human experience even began, then that means that they are able to maneuver in different realms and different nations and different countries. And when they're in those different countries or those different places, they have names. And also, if they're reincarnated into this plane, like say for example, if I was the reincarnation of Olakun, or if I was the reincarnation of Oshun, or if I was the reincarnation of Yemaya, wouldn't I naturally be connected to all of my brothers and sisters, or my deity siblings? Like, wouldn't I automatically be connected to them? We are siblings. Like, we literally siblings. Like, we literally came from the same primordial source. So if I am a reincarnation of one of them, how do the practitioners tell you that? Like when you go and have your reading done, and when you go through the process of seeing which deity have chosen you, if you are an incarnation of one of the deities, a lot of people still think modern day English from England is incorrect. How do you find out though? Like if you're a reincarnation of one of them, because I ain't gonna lie, I know, like, this is not me being cocky or full of myself. I don't think that, I think that because my pineal gland is still sleeping partially, but it's moments that I have. I don't know which one, but I feel it's the reincarnation nap. I don't know which one. And I think, during a certain period, I think when we have a certain cosmic thing happen, that's when you tap into that, and then that's when you start to get the visions and you start to see it and things start to become clear. But I swear it's a reincarnation of something. I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is. And what I like about the Orisha is they were humanistic. So they had vulnerabilities, they had flaws. So saying that you are a reincarnation of one of them is not saying that you're invincible and that you can't be harmed and that you can't, you'll never have to give up your flesh, because part of being immortal is just having something within you that, I think being immortal is to have a particle within you, or have a force in you that is forever conscious, that's forever present. It may rest, it may not always be in a physical form, but it is always present, it is always sentient, it is always aware. I think that's what immortality means. And I definitely feel like sometimes I'd be like, I wish I could turn this bitch off. Like, I really, really, really be in my dreams, it'd be a whole different story. It'd be a whole different story. Oshun came to me in my sleep months ago, and the babies and months ago, and the bees came around, etc. And I've had that happen to me. Like, I've had so many spiritual things to happen to me, just like in this realm. Like I said, sometimes it bleeds together. But I've laid down in a field of bees, and none of them stung me. It was bees all around me and none of them bothered me. I've been out in the swamps and I was nude and I was doing a photo shoot, and it was gigantic ass mosquitoes, and I was literally talking to the mosquitoes and none of them bit me. Like literally, like, I have those moments where I'm so in tune with things. I could feel everything and sense everything, and I know I be channeling, and I don't know what it is. That's why I said I think the deities they are known by different names. I think sometimes I be saying it when I be saying certain things, because I'll hear words in my head and I'll just say them out loud. And I think that I have called on them, but I call on different names. I think that I speak to them now when I start speaking in tongues, because I'll start speaking in tongues like especially if I sense danger, or if I'm praying for somebody, or if I'm worried about somebody, I'll start saying words I don't even know where it be coming from. And I could literally feel like an antenna is up, and like I'm connecting, and I'm getting a signal from somewhere, and I could feel like the static and feel the power and feel the charge, and I'll just be saying words, and they'll be and I typically go into that state when it's like real danger, when it's like when I'm worried for somebody, when I'm praying for somebody, when I'm trying to stave off evil or sickness or something like that. And evil is perception. Evil is perception. But just when I'm trying to, create a hedge of protection, you know what I'm saying, for my loved ones. So yeah, I just think that I don't think that they necessarily are only known by the names that we are taught. You will know, I know Mott is mine, or in mine, or incarnate. Yeah, Mott is powerful. I love Mott. The 42 laws of power. You've been practicing those? My song, futuristic, modern past, I called it Oh Yeah, and I ain't know. The static and ringing. Yeah, I've been listening to this song. It's called her name is Janae Lasha. Janae is JOHN Nay and then Lasha LASHA. Her name is John Nay with a capital N in the Nay. John capital N Nay Nay, and then Lasha LASHA. And the name of the song is Olokum, and Olokum is spelled OLOKUN. Olokum. I've been listening to that. I love that song. I love that song. I love the beat. I love the words. I love everything that's being said. And they say Olokum. I was arguing with my sister yesterday because she said Olokum does not choose everybody. That's a hard yeah. They said that's a hard deity to be chosen by. Yeah, they said Olokum is the ruler of the deep, very, very rich. They said Olokum is getting fed up with what's going on up here, fed up with what's going on in the ocean, fed up with all that, and they said Olokum. They don't want that battle with Olokum. That's what I'm hearing. Nobody wants that battle with Olokum. That's what I'm hearing. And low-key, I'm here for it. Because, baby, I'm low-key over here getting ready for the apocalypse, honey. I already be giving you apocalypse fashion. Chicken bones and yawns and braids, bitch. I'm giving you apocalyptic fashion, bitch. Don't play with me, ho. Bitch, it's apocalyptic fashion, bitch. Oh, Olakun, I lie. Yeah. Ola. I lie. Ola. I get it. I definitely could see it. But baby, and they say Olakun manifest as, a lot of the deities are hermaphroditic. Obatala is hermaphroditic and shows up. You found the song? Okay, good. Yeah, Obatala is hermaphroditic and shows up in different forms. Papa Legba comes to you in the form of an old lady. So a lot of the deities, they shapeshift and they do the masculine and the feminine energy. And I definitely, I feel like I have a strong connection. Part of the reason why I will struggle with going and having a reading done is because I already feel a strong connection with so many of the Orisha. I definitely feel like strongest connection. One of my strongest connections for sure is Papa Legba, because I'm definitely a crossroads spirit. Papa Legba is a crossroads. It has crossroads energy. Yeah, Baphomet too. Papa Legba is definitely crossroads energy, because Papa Legba, you meet Papa Legba when you are at a change in your life. And most of the time, that's when people meet me. I represent very much that energy in this reality. When it's time for a shift, when something's got to shift in your life, when it's time for a change to come in your life, I always bump into people when they need to get some shit together. Sometimes it's when they finna get their shit together before they get ready to transition the physical world. Sometimes it's when they getting their shit together because they finna transition on a job. They finna transition on a career. They transition in their spirituality. They transition in their identity. They're transitioning from being more feminine to masculine. They're transitioning from not believing in nothing to having a spirituality. Like, people typically come across me when it's a change that is taking place in their life, when they're going in a different direction. So I definitely feel like I have a super strong connection with yeah, I definitely feel like I have a super strong connection with Papa Legba. You can only truly read yourself. Yeah, yeah, and see, this is the thing, like, it's like trusting people, because people will try to tell you who you meant to be connected to, or tell you who your Orisha is, but you can't only read yourself. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You mean you can only read yourself, but and that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people will try to tell you who they think that, like, and that's how I say I don't want to shit on the lineage of someone telling you who your Orisha is. But I honestly I have felt the connection to so many of them. I have a video on the internet, and it's called Resurrecting Oshun. It's called Resurrecting Oshun. If you go through my videos, it's called Resurrecting Oshun. At the end of the video, I make like, it's clear because I'm in the cemetery. The sky is blue as I don't know what. I was trying to channel, Oshun, and I connected with Oya because the sky lit up. Like, literally, like, at the end, the sky, I held my wand up to the sky, and the sky lit up, and that was a clear sign from Oya. And I had been working in graveyards and cemeteries for a long time. Like, I would just get this urge to just go in different graveyards and start cleaning them. And that's something that Oya really honors. Then I did 2 videos to honor Obatala. Me and one of my closest friends, Antron, who passed away in 2017. And I loved Antron. Me and Antron, before Antron transitioned to physical plane, we made magic together. We was on the balcony and we was dancing. And I mean, we was dancing. We was in it. And we was dancing so hard, it seemed like the rain was working with us. When we danced harder, the rain came down harder. When we danced softer, the rain came down softer. When we danced faster, the rain came down faster. When we danced slower, the rain came down slower. I never experienced nothing like that before in my life. That was in 2016. In 2017, Antron transition. That's one of our last and most powerful memories together. And I think Obatala came through that day. I think Obatala was there. I know, like, I think Obatala was there. I think Obatala had showed up that day. I think Obatala literally had came through. I don't know which Orisha it was that time, but it was a presence that was there. And I and 2 of my friends, we saw Papa Legba at the house, because Papa Legba always, most of the time Papa Legba is depicted with wearing a hat, like one of them hats. That's why I like wearing them hats that I be wearing. Um, and I saw his shadow on the door, or their shadow on the door. And I was telling my friends, I was like, y'all don't be scared, but I see a figure on the door. And where's this figure coming from? Because we're on the second floor. There was no window for the reflection to be showing through. Where's the damn reflection coming from? Where's the shadow coming from? Because all 3 of us is sitting down in a circle playing drums and singing. So where is this clear shadow of a being in a trench coat and a hat sitting on a door. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? So, I mean, I've always, when I was little, when I was a child, I used to see ghosts and see spirits all the time. When I got into my adolescence, I stopped seeing them. I lost touch with them for a long time. And after I went through my gender reassignment surgery and I had my spiritual awakening, the veil started to be lifted again, and I started to have a lot of supernatural experiences again. And the funny thing about it is, when I was 5 years old, my favorite painting, or my favorite thing to draw and paint, when I was 5 years old, the first thing that I ever drawed in class when the teachers asked us to sketch something. I was 5 years old. This is before I got taught the Bible, because I started getting taught the Bible when I was 6 years old. And before that, I believed in the sun and the moon and all of that type of stuff. And the first thing that I ever painted, the first picture that I ever drew, was an angel kissing a devil. Literally. The first thing, 5 years old, imagine me sitting at my desk and the teacher tells us to draw something, and I drew an angel kissing the devil. So as a child, I always believed in balance. I always believed in wholeness. I always believed in a connection between dark and light. I always believed in a connection between chaos and order. I always believed in a connection between masculine and feminine. I always believed in those types of connections before I even had the language to explain it, before I had the language to express it. The first thing that I ever drew, and I'll never forget that. Did you get in trouble? My teacher, for some reason, did not like me. My kindergarten teacher did not like me. She used to paddle me. I think she thought I was weird. And I also think that she was trying to protect me. That's why I'm not too mad about it. Because, we be very afraid for our children. And that's one of the things that I was listening to the person that you sent me about their teachings about how the government is targeting the black male. I definitely want to do a video to unpack that and to talk more about that, because a lot of things that was said, I feel like it needs to be fleshed out. And I definitely feel like I would have perspective to add to that conversation. But I do love how she communicates and the things that she was teaching. So I listened to one full video about gossiping, about like, and I agree with that. I think that we shouldn't be just talking idle. You ain't got nothing to talk about. You call and doing small talk, and then the next thing you get involved in gossip. And the second video that I watched from her was talking about how the government is targeting black males, and how and the pressure and the things that they have to deal with. Um, did you get it? For a 5-year-old's mind to go there is very advanced. Yeah, and I unlearned all of that. This is the crazy part. When we were children, before I picked up the Bible, I used to gather my cousins and my sisters in the back room, and we would have meetings, and we would pray to the sun. We would pray to the moon. We would pray to the stars. And this is something that I would guide. And when I was in Africa and I was feeling called to the ocean, I don't know if Olakun was calling me, because I really honestly, when I was in Africa, I cannot tell you how many times I thought about just walking into the ocean and not coming back. And I told my biological sister, because when things like that happen, I don't want them to worry about me. I don't want them to think that I got, murdered or killed or something over there. Like that call to the ocean was real. And what kept me from going through with it, because I was going to the ocean every day. and I was sticking my head under the water, talking to the ancestors. I made offerings while I was over there. And I think one of them, I mean, it was a spirit in that water saying, "Come on, we got you." And the pandemic happened, and so we was locked down, and I couldn't go back to the beach. So I told my sister, though, I said I was feeling a call. I kept hearing something every time I got in the water. It was a peaceful call, and it was like calling me out into the ocean. And every day I was like, girl, you done made it to Africa. You a fucking black trans woman who living through HIV. Like, you done came from turning tricks and selling drugs and going in and out of jail and surviving HIV, and now you fucking in Africa. You're in the African Ocean on your own. You're living in Africa. Bitch, I felt like done it all, done it all, done. Bitch, I was like, I'm good. Bitch, I was like, I'm good. Bitch, I got sisters that died in their 30s. I got so many sisters that's done died. I got so many trans siblings that's dead. And to say that I fucking been to Africa twice and I lived there, I was like, bitch, I'm good. Deuces, bitch. But my sister was like, no. My sister was like, no, we need you. And my sister reminded me, because I thought they forgot. But my sister reminded me about my biological sister. We Irish twins. I'm 9 months older than her. She's reminding me about the Sun Children. She remembered that before we got that Bible in our hands, I used to guide us in praying to the sun and the moon. And we would literally be doing rituals in the back of my grandmother's house to pray to the ancestors, to pray to the sun and the moon. Before they gave us that Bible, me, my cousin Nene, my cousin Kitty, my sister Shell, my sister Tiny. And the gag is, it was 5 of us. Earth, air, fire, water. Let us call the motherfucking corners. Earth, air, fire, water, heart. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Let us call the motherfucking corners. My sister a Scorpio. My baby sister a Scorpio. My cousin and my sister Shell is earth. My cousin Nene is fire. And I'm air. So we had earth, air, fire, water in the room. And it was 5 of us. So we was definitely giving you fifth elementees. We had everything we needed. We was able to call the corners amongst us. We was able to manifest amongst us. We had all of the elements there. And it was 5. And 5 is the number. 5 is that number. Like it's 5 is spiritual. Like in a lot of shows that we see, they always focus on 5. It's always 5. And it was 5 of us. And before they put that Bible in our hand, we used to be back there in that back room. I remember when we all used to get together and talk. When we all got together and talked in the back room, we kept our family together. Because we be back there willing that. We be willing it. And as we started to grow apart, as the world started to pull us apart, our whole family started to divide. But when we were together and the certain things pulled us apart, you know, the judge, the condemnation that came from getting pregnant out of wedlock as a female, the condemnation of being queer, me. So, you know, so it became, okay, let's judge her because she pregnant and she ain't married. Let's judge her because she got pregnant too young. Let's judge this person. Let's judge him. Let's judge him because he gay, because he a fag. Let's judge this one because they hot in the ass. Let's judge this one because they too big, they fat, they heavy, they gain too much weight. So it was the family started doing that to each other. Society had us doing that to each other, and we started to drift apart. But when we were children, before the world poisoned us with all them sick ass fucking ideas, baby, it didn't matter if you was fat. It didn't matter if you act like a sissy. It didn't matter if you was a hoe. It didn't matter if you got pregnant out of wedlock. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. None of that shit mattered. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the tribe need to get back to. The tribe need to get back to the place to where we stop judging people for how they show up. But more so, when they get there, are they focused? Are they dedicated? Are they committed? Are they about building? Fuck how you show up. It's what is your intentions for showing up. And your commitment to showing up. Because everybody human. We all having human experiences. You feel me? Hey, Alpha, thank you. Peace be unto you too. But yeah, I feel like I've talked a lot. This video was literally only supposed to be like 20 minutes long. Like I was just gonna come up here and talk. But once I saw Air get on here, Aaron and Natasha got on here, I already knew this was gonna be, this live. Like once I saw these two pop up, I was like, yeah, it's about to be a chop session. We about to be chopping it up. We about to be running it. So anyway, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and get off this live. Because I gotta go feed these dogs and I want to take me a little walk before it gets too dark. And I need to bring these groceries in. And I'm trying to eat my snack before it get too late so I don't have to feel guilty. But I'm gonna take this walk. And then I'm not gonna feel guilty. How about that? Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a good evening. And, feel free to leave comments. Make sure you click like and support the content. I'm fighting with this algorithm. I'm just playing algorithm. I love you. But we feel like that though. Period. It's getting sweaty up in this car. Anyway, I love you too, sister. And I see you next week. Down but and under I say cool, it keeps spinning and turning Ian Gani, Iyanko Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God goddess. And if I am, then you know you are. I love you all, and we're gonna chat it up again soon. Have a good evening and light them candles for your ancestors. Period.